Have you ever done a challenge inside of your business to increase long-term results? Similar to our 50 deals in 50 states in 50 days challenge, right? We did that in 2020, and then we did it a second time in 2023 because our business wasn't where we wanted it to be. And so we did these challenges for a couple of different reasons. One, we wanted to increase our results, but also the main reason why is we needed accountability inside of our business. Now, inside of Titanium University, we're doing what's called Santa's Little Helper Challenge, where we took experienced, more accomplished wholesalers and made them leaders of different teams, and then partnered them up with newer wholesalers to hold them accountable. And what we've seen is a drastic increase in results. We've seen signed contracts, signed assignments, closed and funded deals, and we've seen it throughout the community. And someone commented on one of the posts the other day and said, RJ, why do you think we're seeing such a drastic increase in results lately? And it's simple. The challenge brought accountability. Accountability from the peers, accountability on showing up, placing the dials. Let's be honest. During the 50-50-50, I would go live for 8 to 9 hours a day, every single day. Now, if I didn't have you guys as my accountability partner and I wasn't on YouTube, do we really think that I would have placed every single one of those dials? Absolutely not. It's just human nature. I would have absolutely taken time away, taken breaks, found myself doom scrolling on social media and finding other things that I could do to stay busy in my business instead of doing the revenue generating activities that were necessary. Now, we've seen that inside of Titanium University where we ask people, make posts about how many dials you place in a day and how many seller conversations and contracts sent and contracts signed. And then we insert them into a challenge and suddenly the dials go up, the contracts go up. All of the daily actions that are necessary for results increase. Now, why is that the case? Because you're being held accountable. It is extremely difficult if you are not setting some sort of goal for yourself inside of your business to hold yourself accountable. And that's where the consistency will lack. And because of that, so will your results. So I wanted to come on here today and talk about how you can create a short-term challenge inside of your business to generate long-term results. Now, I've always been very simple in regards to coming up with a challenge. Make it extremely clear and plain. My goal each and every day is to get one signed contract. If I can get one signed contract every single day, I'm going to be doing more than my competition. And I will also be in a position to make more money than I ever really need. And that's what our goal here is, freedom. Now, what I've seen by looking around newer wholesalers is the biggest struggle that they have is time. They don't have enough time in the day to actually place enough dials to get the results that they need. So my challenge to you guys is moving forward for the rest of the year, how can you find a way to create more time for you to work inside of your business? If right now it's 2 hours a day, is it 2 hours a day to work in the business? Or is it 2 hours where you're checking emails, you're watching this YouTube video, you're learning how to wholesale, you're working on your systems and your processes? Or is it actually 2 hours of picking the phone up and calling motivated sellers and calling in buyers? That is where your focus needs to be. So my challenge to you is create more time. And it's extremely difficult during this time of the year because this is the time of the year where we have all of the reasons and all of the excuses in the world to not be focused on our business. It's the holidays, we have travel, we have shopping, we have to prepare for Christmas and New Year's. But It's also a massive opportunity where your competition is phoning it in. And so I want you to double down on the dreams that you have for your business and find a way to create more time. And from there, what you should see is more dials, more contracts sent, more contracts signed, more assignments, and more money. But if you look at it and you say, the most I could do with my W-2 and all of my holidays and shopping and all of this is a limited amount of time, then you might as well just give up on what you're trying to accomplish because it's not going to happen. New wholesalers have this pipe dream that if they come in and they call 10 to 20 sellers a day, that they're doing the business, but it's not enough. You need to have more action inside of your business or you're never going to achieve the dreams that you want. So create more time and hold yourself accountable. If you want to go crazy like me, the goal should be a minimum of 1 signed contract a day. And that's just if you're working by yourself. If there's 2 of you on the team, then it should be 2 signed contracts a day. But again, this comes down to, are you going to create enough time for yourself to be able to put in those reps? These short-term challenges, even if it's just for the rest of the year, can have life-altering long-term results. We are still riding the wave of what I did in 2023 for 50 days straight. Now, you might be asking yourself, RJ, how's that the case? Well, it starts with the habits that we created as a company. We knew for a fact that the lead generation that we were using was going to work, but then the processes that were built around that lead generation, how to talk to sellers. You guys know that now. It's the closer's formula. How to comp and underwrite. That's the web formula. How to dispo those leads. It's the dispo formula. We love formulas around here at Titanium. But these were created in 2023. And the habits that I created for myself during those 50 days, leveraging you guys as my accountability partner, now have transitioned into what my team does on a daily basis. How many dials they place, how many contracts they're sending. And I don't expect them to be at the exact same level as me, but they're pretty damn close. And that's awesome because guess what happens now? I don't have to be on the phone talking to sellers. I don't place those dials. I created that process through those habits during those 50 days. I set the standard for what it looks like to be Titanium. And so that short-term challenge led to results immediately thereafter, but then led to long-term results where now as a business, we know how to handle our day-to-day activities. We know what is necessary in regards to keeping it at the same standard, in regards to how many dials we place, contracts sent, and then inevitably how much money we're going to make. It's not a question of what is necessary. We know what's necessary. We start dialing in the morning and we go into the early evening each and every day. But we have created that freedom of time for ourselves to be able to do that through those habits. And new wholesalers never create the time that is necessary to do this business. They hope that it happens inside of a couple hours a day, maybe not even 6 or 7 days a week, maybe even only 2 to 3 days a week. And because of that, they never actually achieve those results. So moving forward for the rest of this year, your challenge is to create more time inside of your business to calling sellers and doing revenue generating activities. I love you guys, and I love each and every view that you give me on this YouTube channel and each and every listen that you do on my podcast. But it's not going to move the needle unless you start taking the actions that are needed to start closing deals. So leverage the rest of this year. Challenge more time, more dials, more seller conversations, and inevitably that should lead to more signed contracts and more money in your bank account. Let me know what you're going to do inside of this challenge, inside of the comments. Show me some love, like today's video, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.